Hello, this is Joe Frith. Many of you know me as Captain Joe, running, driving, and entertaining on the Marionette Dream Cruises Aftermath. But what we also do is we produce this video podcast. Wonderful information coming to you on River Flow, the show. Here in an area like this, I just walk out onto my boat here, except for, whoa, we found a typical problem that people will run into this time of year. Flooding comes up. How do you get to your boat? Lots of places have floating ramps, areas that will be provided for you to get to your boat. If you have floating docks, your boat's probably safe. Electric could be off though. Let's think about all the considerations there. Anyway, let's see how I can get out to my boat. Taxi, taxi.
Turn your pool into an oasis with our revolutionary engineered rock waterfall systems. Systems begin at $3,299 and installed in less than a day. Engineered rock is changing the way rock water features and landscapes are done. Engineered rock is incredibly durable and strong. Limited access areas are not a problem, and there is a 5-year warranty on all waterfall systems. If you need to move or access the waterfalls, you can move them very easily. Your pool and outdoor living space will come to life with beautiful motion and soothing sounds with an engineered rock waterfall. Contact us today to find out just how easy it is to have a contractor install a beautiful engineered rock waterfall today.
All right, here we are. I'm back. What we're talking about this week, and it's kind of obvious, we're having a flood. This happens in the springtime, as you know. We're going to be about 1.5 feet above flood states come tomorrow. It's going to be Monday the 7th. Big thing that we're talking here is we're going to show you some of the flooding that's around the area, but also, look, it's not as easy as you think, whoa, to get out to your boat. Sometimes you need to. People use dinghies, other means to get to them, but it can be hazardous. Be careful out there. As you can see here at the Rose Island Yacht Club, all access basically to the boats are out. We have one wharf that you can get on there. No parking. All the parking is underwater. So if you live here and live aboard your boat, you're parking and walking. As we look across the Ohio River, we see an entrance to a creek, normally well-defined, now flooded. That is 14 Mile Creek, for any that don't know, and if you're an explorer by nature and have taken your boat up in there, stuck your bow in there, or even taken your dinghy, what you do know is it goes up there a ways, and you might have even seen the remnants of a wood structure. That wood structure, some people recognize and say, I think that's a roller coaster. Well, you're right. That's the remnants of the Rose Island Amusement Park over in Indiana, almost at Charleston. It was built in the early 20s. It survived until 1937 when the Great Flood went rampant up through that valley, destroyed it completely, and it was never rebuilt. We're here at Heather's Marina fuel docks. Fuel docks are still open, electric's on, but I'm not sure how easy it'd be to get into them. We do see that we're getting a lot of debris both sides of the marina here, and wind is blowing downstream with quite a clip. If you've seen it in the summer, you realize we're quite a bit above it. Normally we wouldn't even be at the roof levels. In the background, a barge chugging downstream, most likely running in reverse just to keep the direction and the flow and the speed he wants to be going. We could look on our AIS and see that that's the Mary Marie, and and she's trying, and seems to be trying to still hold that 6 to 7 knot speed, although she's exceeding 10 knots every once in a while coming down past Madison. This is stuff you need to watch out for when you're out on the river, obviously, because right now anything and everything that's upstream is coming downstream.
You shake my nerves and you rattle my brain. Too much of love drives a man insane. You broke my will, but what a thrill. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. I let you love what I thought it was funny. You came along and woo, now honey, I've changed my mind. This love is fine. It's just great balls of fire. Kisses, baby. Feels good. Hold me, baby. Well, I want to love you like I love you should. You're fine, so kind. Got to tell this world that you're mine, 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 mine. I chew my nails down and I twiddle my thumb. I'm real nervous, but it sure is fun. Come on, baby. It drives me crazy. And it's just great balls of fire. Good. Hold me, baby. Well, I want to love you like I love you should. You're fine, so kind. Got to tell this world that you're mine, 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 mine. Ain't you my nails and I quit on my thumb. Real nervous, but it sure is fun. Come on, baby. Drive me crazy. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire.
And right out here you see the Heritage Creek boat launch. Actually, you see the top of the building of the Heritage Creek boat launch. The ramp is right next to it where those lights are. Not launching any boats today. The creek is about, I don't know, what, 100 times wider than it should be? Maybe not that much, 20 times wider. You can hear barges still moving up and down the river, but no pleasure boat traffic. There will be a time when this goes down and then the cleanup will start. And right out here over my shoulder you see the Captain's Quarters Marina support building, where I guess they keep all their offices for the marina and so forth. A little hard to get to now. It is still floating, but barely. Looks like it's lisping a little bit, hung on one of the float stanchions. Hopefully it breaks free and keeps floating. Also out over my shoulder out there you also see the CQ Princess from Captain's Quarters, normally wharfed out front on the river. They've moved her in. Somebody said she broke away in a big storm and actually made her way up the creek anyway, so I guess they didn't have to use too much power to get her moved. But she does come in here to seek a little shelter from the current, and that's what she's doing here. You can see her sitting out there, sitting proud. Here we are at the entrance to Captain's Quarters Marina. As you see, the entrance is about all you can get to. You're not going anywhere else, and with their parking lot and all their wharfs and ramps, walkways to the different dock fingers all being out there, you can't do it from here. The only thing you've got the option is get in a dinghy, get your dinghy here, and tie it up on shore and park along the road as these cars do, and you dinghy on out. Here we are at the Louisville Boat Club. Here's the entrance to where their boat docks are. Boat docks are completely underwater, gone as far as any kind of use. You can't even see them. This is one of the higher drop-off areas, so it is pretty far down there. Here along River Road, we're looking at what classically happens as this flooding occurs and comes up. It's picking up all the trash, and we're in the inside of a curve here. So a bend in the river, we're starting to get all this trash and debris built up. This will ultimately end up being staying here when it all goes down. This is actually part of the Louisville Boat Club property, and the docks are right out here. and all of this will pile up on those docks, and they will ultimately have to haul it off and get rid of it. Debris just coming down and building up. I'm standing right at the steps that would lead down to the docks. Docks would be down about another 15 feet maybe down there. Maybe not quite that far. Water's not up quite that high, but nevertheless, all this debris that you see will settle down onto their docks, and as we said, will have to be cleaned away. It does create a significant problem. This is Carey Gilbert Cox Park. This is a municipal landing here in Louisville. It's used for everything from launching larger vessels down to a lot of personal and pleasure watercraft. The area you see right behind me is the boat ramp area. It is obviously completely closed. The water all out in front of it is the parking lot and driving lanes getting down to it. It is a substantial park. This time of year, we do not lose a lot of use of it, other than fishermen and so forth that would use it on a regular basis to get out in the river, and they're probably not doing that now, so it's not a large impact. As the water level does come up to approximately where I'm at right now, it will start to proceed out onto what is called River Road, and then it will impact the non-marine traffic or the people just trying to drive. It's a well-used thoroughfare heading into Louisville, and once it's underwater, other means of direction and transportation have to be taken. Flooding in Louisville, it's a common occurrence.
These new walls and waterfalls are just beautiful, Susan. Thanks, Catherine. We love them, and you know, they're one of the best investments we've made. Well, there's Denny now and his Band-Aid. In fact, why don't you tell us about your little accident?
Well, you know how I like fishing, and I was at the pond store on Shelbyville Road in Middletown looking for some design ideas for my backyard.
Hi, Coach. I'm George Davis with the Pond Store.
George?
This is Ralph McKnight with Louisville Hardscapes.
Hi, Ralph. What beautiful layout you have here.
Well, thank you. You know, we've created many different water features and hardscape displays here to show people different ideas and concepts. Our hottest features are these bubbling boulders, our pondless waterfalls, and these fire pit kits. They range from 1,200 to 3,500 installed, and do-it-yourself kits are only 500 to 1,000. The Pond Store offers a huge selection of pond supplies, fish and water plants. We perform regular maintenance and provide expert design assistance.
George, what a huge pond, and look at the size of those fish.
Well, Denny, you can't catch these. They're too smart. They're Japanese.
And that's when I hit my head.
Are you crazy, Danny? They told you those fish were smarter than you are.
But he can cook. And Denny, by the way, is that food almost ready?
Just about. And don't tell me I'm dumber than a fish.
And we're back. It's 2 days later. This is River Road and Indian Trail, just east of where we were just at Cox's Park. The water is now over the roadway, as we said it would be. And you can see traffic is now impassable. And one of the main thoroughfares in and out of Louisville along the Ohio River is closed. If you were able to see out here, barge ran aground up into Cox's Park. Apparently they were talking about refueling. I was listening to them on the radio. They were talking about refueling up here, and as he slowed down, current strong enough in this turn, it drifted him into Cox's Park. Came within about 30 feet of running over their building, but he was able to back it out. Got a little video of him up there backing out. We'll tag into this, but interesting. Wish we'd been down here a little bit sooner to see a little more of it. Looking back up River Road towards the east, we've got some area that we can still get through up this way. This is all closed. Indian Trail at River Road is closed. Captain's Quarters parking lot. Looking out to where we were filming day before yesterday. Zoom in to the exact spot. As you can see, you cannot see obviously can't see Steve Hobbick's, the harbor's building anymore. And all of this water here is Captain's Quarters parking lot. And as we pan across, you'll see the Captain's Quarters Marina. It's just as it was the other day. You can't get to any of the boats without using a dinghy or a tender to get out to the ramps. Every access is flooded out. There's now no parking where you saw parking the other day. You can see here looking from River Road, the entrance to captain's quarters is starting to flood. Soon you won't be able to get back to captain's quarters at all. And dinging and tendering out to your boat will become even more difficult because of low lying water.
The Neil Huffman Auto Group salutes the University of Louisville Cardinals.
From the Neil Huffman Auto Group, go Cards!
And here we are looking out over the Creekside Marina, the aftermath sitting in the background. That's our rowing club's building. It's on floats, it is floating. All access out to our boats now are via canoe, and that's how we're getting there. As we go on and look around, we find Glenview Landing. Got a marionette on a trailer sitting right here at River Road, about as far out as you can go, hiding from the flood. Waters are up, no way to get back into the Glenview Harbor area and or all the condominiums and residents back in that area. As we look through the flooding, we will see the condominiums back, the area, the debris up close. The condominiums and buildings and structures right around this area are built for this flood level. But nevertheless, even the garages and the areas underneath these buildings that get flooded, it creates a huge amount of cleanup.
Oh, yeah. Hello, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
She's all you'd ever want. She's the kind I'd like to flaunt and take to dinner. But she always knows her place. She's got style, she's got grace. She's a winner. She's a lady. Oh, 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 she's a